Okay, guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Uh, Sound not working. Okay, it's fine. How are you guys doing? I hope you had a great time. I hope you enjoyed watching Bologna. Um, yeah, it was quite an experience. Thank you. Jevax played an amazing game. Much deserved results. Nuis finally LL'd, and yeah. What a weekend. What a weekend. Gravy felt like insane in the new meta game. So, really interesting weekend. So, we should look a bit into the metagame breakdown. It was really weird to me that the Earth Heroes didn't perform well on day 2. And I felt like there were a lot of very good matchups for the heroes in day 2. So let's see, where is the metagame breakdown? Yeah, so the top 8 was quite diverse. The only weird thing, I think, for me was that there were no Earth heroes be presented in the top 8 in Bologna, and it felt like they had some decent matchup. I guess Gravy Bones really managed to gatekeep the Earth heroes. Vincent second best deck confirmed. Yeah, Vincent performed overwhelmingly well. I think it was a really smart meta call from Achilleas and Federico. So yeah, I mean, Syndra was really good into punishing the Gravy Bones player and had a really good matchup into the Earth heroes, and Azalea was a bit rougher with Gravy Bones but still could win and was super punishing Syndra. And Vincent had a pretty good matchup into both of these decks, into both Azalea and Syndra. I know that Achilleas lost into Stefano Meoni on the top 8, but I still think that's a Vincent favorite game. I mean, it's much better in Swiss, where you have 50% chance of winning the die roll, where I think Stefano finished second on the Swiss, so he was always choosing the die roll, and choosing the die roll into Vincent is quite strong. So yeah, Nu has reached Living Legend status. That's super interesting. That I think that will create. I think it was probably the best opportunity for Nu to hit Living Legend, because it won't be in that weird in between or middle of the national season. So I think that will be quite interesting, that most players will be testing now, knowing that Nu will be Living Legend, and that probably means that Azalea won't survive many weeks. Officially aggro player, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I think, yeah, maybe we are supposed to change the stream title. Yeah, so Azalea right now is the only deck super close that has a realistic chance of actually hitting a LL quite fast. Thus, it really depends if some good specialist heroes might play Das, because I have no idea how her matchup spread looks like, but the game plan of playing boost Das into into most of the aggressive matchups and having the backup plan of the pistol plan could work out. Maybe you do have a good matchup in the gravy. Who knows? I mean, it's a wild west right now, I think, in the new season. Or maybe I want to have Asa as well, probably. Yeah, I think our nationals being in the last weekend, the most likely scenario is that Azalea will hit Living Legend. So we'll see how this works out. Yeah, so I also want to try out FaB right now. It feels that it was one of the biggest winner with new leaving the format. Guardians are also make a lot of sense now. So there are many interesting decks that we want to try out. So yeah, Azalea also having the 1.5 modifier means that she doesn't need too many events to win. I mean, if she wins a big one and a few small ones, she might be even out in the first week. But I think realistically, unless she wins a big event, unless she wins one of those big nationals that award 25 points plus, that means it's about 37 for Azalea. Unless she wins a couple of those, I think realistically she will be out during week 3. Maybe even not then. Maybe even not then. So yeah. So that was the list I used at calling Bologna. The main idea was that I wanted to have a pretty good matchup into the Earth Heroes, and Syndra did that greatly. And in a nutshell, she also had a very good matchup in the Gravy. And my other deck of choice to target was Assassins. So that's why we packed a lot of the reacts. So this package is definitely trimmable now. And versus Azalea, it was pretty free to run 3 copies of Warmongers, but I felt like this matchup was really bad. So you needed to get a bit lucky to win this matchup. But maybe without Nu now, maybe you don't need to respect Assassins as much. Would you change anything in your list post Bologna? Yeah. Oh, you don't? Yeah, so would you change anything in your list post Bologna? I think you can respect a little bit less the Assassins now that Nu is gone. So maybe you can trim out the Waxons or something. And maybe add a few more cards for Azalea, maybe reinforce or something along those lines. But if I'm considering Syndra for our Nationals weekend, I would probably, which means that Azalea probably will hit Living Legend as well. When you need to remove Warmongers again, you get a lot of space. So, by the way, we will be doing probably this week deck tech with Hamish from Booster Point for this list. So we will talk much more intensely about that over there. So yeah, I felt like it was a correct choice. We had a huge debate with Alex between either running Loyalty Beyond the Grave or running more Azalea cards. And I went with the Dragonic package, he went with the Azalea package, and matchup wise I felt like I got a bit luckier, and I felt that Loyalty Beyond the Grave really pulled their worth. Overwhelming goated, yeah. Top lista. So yeah, I'm really happy with the deck. I definitely want to try FaB as well, because again, I think he's a pretty big winner now that the Nu is gone. But obviously the first thing I want to do now that we don't have Nu, I want to try and figure out how the Jarl lists could look like. Is Spellvoid 3 playable if you have a lot of Kanos locally? So the problem we had with Spellvoid 3 was that both the chest and the arms are quite relevant. That was the only problem. That losing the chest and the arms sometimes meant you lost a lot of damage. Because you're not looking to pitch with this list, so when you have these one cost finishers, or you know, or you need the one extra pitch for the dagger to get the combat chain, you needed that extra resource, so you also reduced your damage output. Now that we have some space in the sideboard, we could though try the second copy of Cloven Zerakai, but maybe that's a bit too much. So if Azalea hits a Lel, maybe, and we have the space to cut Warmongers, maybe we can transform the list a bit in order to be able to run either the second Spell Void or a sideboard card for Kano. Looking for the best Balkan aggro player. Is this the right stream? This is a fatigue player stream. Don't 8 defense. I was running 9 defense reactions on my new list. I'm running 8 defense reactions on my Syndra list. Pretty much the same deck. Okay, let's. So Nu plays Leave No Witness and activates Mask to get rid of 2 cards of the opponent's hand, and with this list you threaten to trigger momentum twice, so you still ask for 2 cards. So pretty much it's the same deck. Syndra and Nu, pretty much the same deck. So pretty much Syndra deck fatigue. Syndra is a fatigue deck confirmed. There is no flaw in that logic, and yeah, let's move on. Yeah, so let's head to the creating board. So I want to try out FaB. Unsaid he has to feel like a fatigue player. yeah, pretty much. So I really want to test out Jarl. I want to check out Pablo's list on Marlene as well. That's something else on the to-do list. And I want to build a FaB. Where should we start? I think we need to start with Jarl, guys. So it's Ice. Mario is my Dark Force for nuts meta. Yeah, Mario, especially if people stop respecting our assassins so much, maybe Mario will be a great choice. We'll see. So what can we gain now that Nu is no longer around? I guess the biggest thing is that finally we are free to run again big cards on our blue slots. But I'm very curious to see if we can add enough of the earth cards in order to still be able to fuse a little bit and still have the package of the good guardian stuff. Probably we won't run all of the big 8 attacks, but yeah, our blue slots are instantly filled, and I don't love that. So let's respect the Dragonic heroes. I think it's quite illegal not to run Channel Lake Frigid. So are we now going all in on the plan that we only fuse with the double fuse cards? I thought it was going to be a FaB stream. Didn't play the Mangle package. Wergold foil, yeah, right. Yeah, there it is. After we lose a game. So pretty much it won't happen in this stream. We'll do some. Well, if we are being honest, it's more fair to open when we lose a game with FaB. Okay, yeah. So let's change of plans. We will resume with the Jarl, but it's more thematic to lose a game with FaB and then open the gold foil. So okay, it's FaB stream. Go Phoenix. And let's build the FaB deck first and play a few games. And when we lose, we open the gold foil and we go back to building the Jarl. I cannot lose, I agree. 3. First one less to play for its dragonic channeling you control. That's a great maybe. That's pretty strong as well. This is super nice. Fair Tenet Strike, that's definitely a maybe. It's annoying that the mark stuff don't work. So I think we can run a single rake over the coals. Rising Resentment is great, so is running Renegade. I would definitely want to run Spreading Flames. But Commanding Anger, you think we are supposed to run Commanding Anger? Maybe we are. Let's check the blues a bit. So Caps was pretty hot. We should run the old guy. Old, yeah, here he's Prowess of Agility in 5. Anything else too exciting? So God card, yeah. So now the question is, how deep do we want to go to the dragon package? Rowdy locals. I can see Nasty. I can totally see Nasty. So the question is, should we try? So there are two questions. Should we try to go all in on the Dragonic and play cards like Compounding Anger and cards that care about being Dragonic, or should we simply go for good cards with wide chain link and play Breakpoint? I don't want to include the extra Phoenix package. I think that was the main reason. I think you needed to do that because of No, and now that's the thing we are trying to abuse. So I don't want to run any extra. I don't want to run any extra. Wow, I wiped out. I don't want to run extra Phoenix Flame cards. Yeah, so it's either breakpoint or the empowerment, of course. So, should we go for the good stuff? Should we go for the good stuff like breakpoint and the tiger card? Or should we try and run like 6 copies of Brand with Cinderclaw? And run a few cards that care about being dragonic? So currently we have only one card that costs 1, but we can Bittering. Not Bittering. Dragonic, 1 cost, Ninja, Red. Yeah, Mounting Anger. Should we go for the 3 copies of Mounting Anger? 6 copies without Kodachi is good. I think we can simply try and go for good stuff if that's the game plan. Okay, and let's go for the Compounding Anger then, I guess. 0 cost, Sword, Phoenix, Anger. Okay. Ember. We are at 9 blues, we need at least 3 more. Anything, we can simply add the 3 block. Yeah, we will add the Fernance as well. Can run some Arcane. Let's check out the Dragon Power. Yo, what's up, Theophrastos? So now for Art of the Dragon Blood, we have not so many cards that care about Art of Dragon Blood. I guess it's Mounting Anger. Should we run Breakpoint as well? Don't we have too many finishers? 1 finisher, 2 with Breakpoint. Breakpoint sounds good if you expect a lot of Asa. Well, yeah, Asa is still legal, so in theory, it should be running Warmongers in the sideboard. Rowdy Local is always a good card to consider. Yeah, I mean, between Nasty and Rowdy, I have no idea what I prefer. So let's leave Rowdy in the maybe list, but if Nasty Surprise is not good enough, maybe we can simply add the Rowdy Locals. 6, okay. So, do we want more finishers or do we want more mid extenders? Or do we simply want good cards? What about Ripple Away versus Vincent? That's interesting. That's really interesting. Ripple Away into Vincent. Any chance we play Uprising? I think I prefer to run a second copy of Rake over the goals before I add Uprising. Uprising, the strength of Uprising is that you can block and you can play your first red card. Congrats on the amazing performance at Bologna, Mr. Streamer. Thank you very much, Breaky. I just realized we are not running the best Dragonic card ever printed. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, Blaze Headling is already in, okay. I can make the brands up to 9, but I don't have many cards that care about branding. I think I should simply add a few breakpoints. But maybe we can simply add one, maybe a second one. And I guess everything we do is to set up part of the Dragon Blood. I think that card is a bit too unfair not to include. And it's a pseudo finisher. Add a few more blues. I mean, we can neither add blues or add the defense reactions. So yeah, let's get the commands. Let's add the second breakpoint. And I guess we can run a reinforce. For Aza. And don't ever leave home without shelters. Yeah, if even in the super aggressive matchups, we add either loyalty or an extra blue, so I guess we're fine-ish. Yeah, let's go. Okay. This is our good matchup. This is our good matchup. No way we lose to Victor. Yeah, we would love to have like a tenacity or something. You have your list with sideboard guide, by the way. I never made a sideboard guide with a list, but I will probably do so in the upcoming week. This is the list I used though. We will probably do a deck tech with Hamish from Booster Point this week. I don't love my hand, I don't love classing turn 0 either though. I think my hand is too weak though. I can use Fi and play the Phoenix Flame, but that will give him a perfect mulligan. He gets a perfect mulligan no matter what I do. If I don't get a blue, it's horrible. I think I don't want empowerment. I think I want a brand new hand, so I'm simply going to do that. I hate giving Victor a mulligan, but maybe he can't get too greedy because he might draw some class cards. Nedel is yesterday and Clovin Zeraka is insane. Clovin Zeraka is beyond insane, yeah, I agree. Oh, they had a rough hand. I'm super happy taking one turn 2 and them not getting an arsenal. We go again. Can you guys guess what I'm going to do next? Okay. You guessed it right, go again. Okay, they blocked with CNC. That probably means they're simply going to swing with hammer and set up a threat. I don't mind them using a card if they want to block this one, but I'm guessing they keep the disable to hit with Titan Fist and they will arsenal a card. That's pretty great. Roshirim! Show your loyalty! It's okay. Amel, nice. That gets rid of a gold. Please brick again. Ah. Okay. And they got a spinal crush. That means we will probably go on the defensive next round. Oof. Lol. They have Tunic and Spinal. I don't want to give them the extra card. So we will simply Arsenal here. Another class. Okay, that's just damage, that's not the end of the world. Okay, that is the end of the world. Don't CNC spinal. Ah! Okay. Crash the week. Bye bye, Fealty. I think that's fine. I think we need to play a hand to gain some tempo. Okay, that's pretty irrelevant. This is a good turn we can set up here. Oh, they have a pummel. It makes no sense for them not to have a pummel here. Do they have a pummel or do they have another threat? I think they have a pummel. So I should fully block next turn. Oh, they had an estate. Hmm. Okay. 8 plus 8 is 16, so they do not threaten lethal. So if they do not threaten lethal this turn, I will have a chance. What is this hand? I think if this matchup is going to be a real problem, I think we simply need to add a few D-reacts and play a better mid-range game. And force the victor to have the extenders. We have an Ignite. We have an Ignite. It's the third chain link, so I want to Ignite. I think it's better to do it like this. We did a pretty good turn, but they have another class again here. But yeah, it's a bit too late. Yeah, so I think if we manage to be a little bit more defensive traditionally, yeah, that's game. Good game. That was fast. So yeah, maybe we can 34 threatened. We can maybe increase a bit our deck size, maybe include some CNCs. I don't know what a CNC accomplishes exactly. In this matchup, I would definitely prefer Nasty Surprise, but still. Maybe we need to cut in force and start considering the list without Aza. But anyway, yeah, okay, I promised. Okay. Okay, let's go. Any chance we get some of these fancy new IC stuff? Let's see. What's the correct way for the car to be? What's the face down side? Okay. You got an assassin arms. Thematic. At least in concept. Yeah, not one of the better ones. But still an interesting card. It was the correct one, right? Yeah. Yeah, we could have opened something way more spicier, but we don't complain. Okay, let's do one more game with FaB. It's not fine. Okay, Bolton Enjoyer. Do we still go for momentum? No, I think no. Let's go for momentum. So they got the spreading flames. They got the spreading flames for shelter. I guess I need Fernance as well, and since I need Fernance, I think I should. Yeah, let's go. Not the best hand I've seen in my life. Still not the best hand. Ha, Herald. I think I should put that in Arsenal. Playing with fire. In which matchups you bring Mask of the Pouncing Links? Versus... Oh my freaking god. I'd say versus decks that prefer to block, like Earth Heroes and Guardians. I don't want to give Prism a free reign of whenever she has a good hand to simply not block and play her hand. Okay, this is a hand we can play. Oh, no, not really. Prism, okay. Protection, sure. Okay. I don't think I mind that. Worst case scenario is we ask for a card. Reprimand, okay. Sure. Let's go to the bit. Thank you, Panos. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Should we push for damage? I think I prefer to push for damage here. Ah, Erudition now. Okay, that's good. Okay, that went better than expected. Okay, that went much better than expected. What do you think about the meta now that one is left? I think obviously Guardian is the biggest winner. I think that we will definitely see way more popularity in Guardian. But it really depends if Guardian still gets checked by Vincent, by Verdance and Gravy. That might not be the case. But I think the biggest winner out of that is definitely Guardian. The other thing is that now Arachne was already becoming more and more popular. Yeah, Arachne and Sleepy are becoming way more popular, and for good reason. I think both of these decks feel very strong right now. Do I want to banish? I think so. I will trade Hail of Illumination for 5 damage. I don't think I want to do that. So, I don't think we'll see a huge meta game shift. I think Syndra is definitely worst now. Because Azalea lost a pretty good matchup. No, Azalea lost a very bad matchup, so I think Azalea now is much better, and Syndra always struggled into Azalea. So maybe now the shift of the Syndra players needs to be towards Azalea a bit more. And I think Prism will progressively become worse because he's only losing good matchups currently. They might pop. It's not like I have anything else to do. Even if I pop, do I have a turn? I mean, I can manually fetch the Phoenix Flame. Is Phoenix Flame Dragonic? It's Dragonic, it's not Nin. Prism will struggle into Jarl and stuff. They can play Poppers into blue slot since Snow is gone. That's definitely true. But I think it will be a huge question because I don't think Guardians can ever beat decks like Verdance, for instance. If I had returned the Phoenix Flame on third turn, I would open Phoenix Flame, close the combat chain, play Blaze Headlong, attack with weapon, and I missed 2 damage. We missed literally 2 damage. That was a really bad sequencing. They are getting an erudition, but I don't care. I think we can threaten lethal here. Yes, so in general, I think the metagame really needed the breath of fresh air with Azalea and New leaving soon. And I think by the end of national season, there is no way that there is no way that Azalea survives the whole season. So I think it will be quite interesting to see what's going on, what will happen from now on. That's a good card. I think that game was a 101 why you shouldn't include too many instants in your Prism deck. I think the only way for us to lose this game from that game state was the fact that they were running. They got a really bad brick in Arsenal. And they couldn't keep the pressure up. Yeah, that one reprimand was really unlucky from them. Let's do one more. Yeah, so Marlene, okay. Versus Marlene, I still want to go second, I think. Oh, it's Papaya. Nice. Still want momentum, I think. I guess they don't love to block. And I'll simply add that. I don't think I need the Spreading Flames. I can simply add the more interactive cards. I think I should run Tunic. I think I should still run Tunic. I mean, since I counted the Spreading Flames, I guess Ference is better. Okay, Harpoon list. Gold the tip. Your next arrow gets +3. Turn a card. Oh, nice. Free gold. Oh, I missed that. I should have used the Phoenix in response. Ah, that was fail. Yeah, because they target the card. Yeah. I think this is a good turn to pop the boots. Congrats on your top 8 finish, Yorgos. Thank you very much, Bingo. Yeah, Syndra really was a really good choice for Bologna. And I was lucky enough not to play with too many Italian Azalea players. King Harpoon. Thank you, Alanis. Yeah, I mean, I was super happy with the result. It was just annoying. It's a pretty annoying game at the top 8. But I mean, sometimes it can happen versus new. But I'm still super happy with the result. How I did not have a turn again. Yeah, missing the Phoenix Flame is super annoying. Why did they want to Marlene? What card they have left? It was interesting to see free whelming in the list. I haven't seen that before. Was it worthwhile in the end and in list changes? I mean, you really needed to increase the number of poppers into Prism because the matchup felt a bit too coin flippy. Because the matchup felt a bit too coin flippy, and the extra popper, it wasn't strong enough on its own, but the strength of the card was that the strength of the card was that most of the time the opponent was not expecting that, and if you had the pressure up and they couldn't keep these big hands, even a 6 power popper was good enough. And a few times you actually managed to play that, which is quite relevant. Utility, I guess, too. Yeah, I mean, the fact that you can actually sometimes arsenal it and it's not the worst thing in the world, or sometimes you drew it in a hand where you had full tempo and it was still a finisher 1 for 4, but that they needed to block, was most of the time pretty much good enough. Yeah, we got destroyed this game. Okay, let's move back into Guardian maxing. We need to tinker a bit with fire a bit more. Let me fetch some water. Okay, so the main thing with Jarl is to figure out how much of the ice package and the earth package we can actually fit. This is going to be an all ice Jarl. I don't think so. I think we're still supposed to run Oakenolds. I mean, we definitely want the Autumns. We want the Touch. And now that Nu is no longer here, we can simply go for the 3 copies of Seeds. What would you change if you expect to face more Azalea? You mean with Syndra? I would probably, the easiest cut would be to cut the 0 for 5 D reacts and simply add Reinforce. Cutting wax on. And you can also cut the spell void for Fernance. If you are that desperate, but I think the dagger chest is better. I don't think we can include all of the blue. I don't think we can include all of the blue 6 power cards. The 3 copies sometimes awkward, bad turn 1, bad top, they're going to have no arsenal. Everbloom seems decent mature if it's impactful in first cycle, decent for bringing back E-Strikes in longer matches. E-Strike, so if we run E-Strike, Seeds makes more sense. And it makes more sense with fusing, but it doesn't feel like we want to fuse too much. So maybe we simply cut down to 2 copies. I want to find reasons to include elemental cards, because I think our game plan will be to run expose for the elements for Gravy. Are you putting VOD out? Would like to listen to tournament report. So I have a meeting, so I might start making up some content. So we will definitely do some content regarding the report of Bologna. That being written, or a video here, you know, something along those lines, or we will talk about Bologna with Hamish and Push the Point. I'll do something probably this week. I haven't done a report from Bologna here. We might simply do it live, like in 2 days or something. Just didn't have time to prepare. I simply today just woke up and opened the stream to play some games. Do you think Yar will be good without No? I think it opens a lot of slots, and the theory is that you have a game into Gravy compared to Victor, because Victor is obviously the better Guardian right now. But can you become a worst Guardian but having a game into Gravy? That's pretty much what we want to test out. So, Everbloom. That can pretty much give us back E-Strikes, huh? That's not a bad card, because that's better than Fruits of the Forest. And we can include the E-Strikes here. So I guess we obviously want commands. We want spinals. We want pummels. Fruit is better for Titan's Fist, that's true. So regarding weapons, our options are either Titan's Fist or Redwood Hammer, but Redwood Hammer seems pretty much impossible to make it work. I want to try a copy of Diamond Amulet for option for double sledge turn. Snapdragons. But do you like losing an action point to do that? I mean, it's pretty much playing a time snap, right? So, probably the worst 8 power card is Thunderquake. Our elemental count right now is really low. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 7 ice cards. 7, 10 ice cards. And looking to fuse. I mean, I guess when we want to side in this game plan, we don't care about poppers. So we are adding all the blizzards. And we are a quadrillion. I don't think we can include this many poppers. I think we should simply cut this one. 33 blues. The problem is our better threats are cheaper, are cheap. So the idea is that we don't want to include in this type of list. We don't want to include the Earth package because it's a bit too slow. But if we are not including the Earth package, what are our threats? Okay, sure, we could go with Frostfang. I still don't love our threats package though. And in my opinion, Icequake is great. Yeah, but what are we gonna do? Icequake Hammer? And the problem is that the idea in order to use exposed to the elements versus gravy is the fact that we want to have some earth cards, and right now our earth cards look horrible. I don't see any single earth card I want to include. That's the problem with cutting the failing package. Maybe we are forced to run the earth package. Yeah, if we don't include the good decomposed cards, I have no idea which earth cards I care about. It's very hard to cut failing, yeah, I agree. Canopy Shelter, yeah. Losing numbers games into random decks. Tome of Harvests. Red Disable is your old faithful into Guardians. But not sure if it's outclassed these days. So what are we planning to face? I think I want the Chokeslam to seal the deal with Azalea. And I think we should probably run Crash the Week for Arachne. But Arachne runs D-Reacts. Okay. If we add the Quakes... What is this deck even accomplish, though? We literally have 8 Earth cards, and I'm not even sure about Siege of Tomorrow. So what, am I supposed to run Autumn Stats yellow? Earth Lore Surge blue? I think what you guys pointed out was correct. I think maybe we are simply supposed to run Fruits of the Forest blue. We are supposed to cut one more Popper and run Fruits of the Forest blue. Can we include both? Mangle package, disgusting. Sun Element Heroic is not consistent enough. Can we somehow include Failing in this list? Add Malch for the Dream. The problem with Malch is that the Earth Fusion is not free. That's the problem I have with Malch. Yo, what's up, Jason? It's no wonder is a joke. Biting Gale, yeah. I would love to run Entangle, but I can't include the Earth cards. Okay, we have 25 threads. The threads seem decent. I guess we want to include a few copies of Sync below. Okay, I think we need to start rolling some games and see how big of a problem the fact that we do not include the Earth cards is. So let's add the blue fruits for the hammer. And we want tunic. We want sledge on the sideboard. We want Titan's Fist. We want on boots, I guess. Yo, Black Lotus, thanks for the follow. Welcome. I guess we could go for Stalagmite. Go junk and get Surface Shaking in there. I'm really excited about that card in Valda. Interesting in seeing how it plays IRL. Surface Shaking. When it enters the arena, create 3 Seismic Surge tokens. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy this. Then you may put X cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck, where X the number of Seismic Surge tokens you control. Draw a card equal to the number of cards put on the bottom. Expose the element seems so awkward in everything that's out Gravy. Also in Gravy might be bad since he most likely can pay the 245 blue deck. Yeah, so the only thing we care about doing with Exposed is to simply have more ways of putting the -1 counter on the compass. So all we need to do is get rid of the compass and not be in 20 life when that happens. So that's the thought process. I don't think we ever care about exposing with ice. Because the ice expose is not even getting the compass and we only care about the compass. I guess on headpiece we could run whatever Providence. I think we need to play a few games to check if we can afford to not run Felings. Otherwise, we simply go to Felings and add a few more better blues. But I don't think that list is much different from now. And now I mean on Bologna, and Jarl on Bologna felt really weak. Providence. You need to play the draw chest though, yeah, I see. But there are some cards that care about drawing in Elemental. Maybe we can cook Seismic Surges with Jarl. That seems a bit wild though. Okay, let's attempt 356 equipment, Sledge, Heart of Ice, let's run some Arcane. I guess Arms, Head, and how many more sideboard slots do we have? We have 2 sideboard slots. Let's respect Azalea a bit more. What's our game plan into Florian? When in doubt. Okay. Yeah, the problem is I don't feel like we have enough cards to switch. Oh, I never added AB boots. Oh. I guess we go for head arcane. Maybe did not include arcane. Yeah, that was silly. Maybe then we shouldn't run arcane here. Heart of Ice makes any sense? I don't think Heart of Ice makes any sense. I think we can cut the Providence, I guess. It's horrible, but that's the thing we need to do. So I want all the poppers. I don't care about defense reactions so much. We are one card over. Maybe I don't care about so much the extenders. Maybe I don't care about Icequake. Yeah, let's see. They have Triumph here, so they can't pop that. That's a good sideboard, that's a good mulligan. If we get a blue, they are super screwed. No aura, turn 0 is great. Nice. Thank you, old man. Thank you. Sure. I mean, them developing a judgment and passing the turn is fine. Okay. I think the Earth package is supposed to be too strong to not be a centerpiece of any Earth hero. So maybe we are always supposed to run the new Earth card, Everbloom, and the Decompose package. All team looting after you, yeah. Do you think with Guardian in general against Prism it's better to aggro them or kill the auras and try to fatigue? Most of the time it depends on the game state, but I think you should never take too much damage for no reason. In this case, it seems you are high rolling. Yeah, I mean, if you get hot hands like we are doing right now, you have no reason not to attack them. But I think fatigue should always be in the back of your head. The thing is though now that they entered the game with 70 cards. And right now it feels like we are punishing that. I mean, getting a -1 to vestige seems good, right? And I guess I want to pay 6 to get rid of my hand. Imposing the Infuse Oaken. We don't have a nice for Oaken. My theory on Jarl is that we're getting Shadow Jarl, Vader style story arc. My only reasoning is the armor deck, origins, and the lore about taking things a bit too far. That would be super interesting if that's the case. Yeah, so Magic, I think your main plan with Guardian versus Breeze most of the time is fatigue, but the problem is when they are so slow, when they are taking the game so slow, you can punish that by threatening their life total as well. No popper. I think it's pretty easy for them to get this through. I think I will let them get a card. That looks a lot like a Wrath. That looks a lot like a Wrath. Block 6, but I won't fuse Oaken only if I block 6. Where now they simply deal me some damage, get a card in soul, which is relevant, but that's at the beginning of my action phase, so they don't have any time to respond to Oaken. I think I will take the 3. The other option is to use equipment. I don't want to use equipment. I think it's fine taking 4 damage here. And because they pitched a blue, they don't have go again, so I don't mind. They will not develop an aura this turn. So they will not develop an aura and we will hit them with for 9. And heal the 2 back. They get the erudition on board, but at some point they will get the erudition on board. And got ice card Frostfang Arsenal. Yeah, that's true as well. And ironically, best ice card to Arsenal. It's probably the best ice card and the best aggressive ice card, I agree. Oh! They popped Ravages. They brought Ravages. So now we are no longer afraid of the Halo line. Oh, I don't mind that. Hello, brother. Yo, what's up, Konstantinos? Herald of Judgment, sure. I mean, they probably can prevent that if they have a D-React. Or if they awaken Ravages as well, but I don't mind that. I don't think I mind that. They will still commit a lot of resources. Just got back from work, worst day after vacation, yeah. I was supposed to go and work out today, but I woke up like super late. I had no energy. I mean, there was a storm on Bologna, so our plane couldn't leave for like 2 hours or something. So yesterday was a long day home. I take the day off to rest, yeah. And simply develop a Genesis. That's not the end of the world. So, right now they are at 18. I don't think we can realistically threaten their life. Into passing Mirage, that's annoying. Yeah, we always get Genesis here, that's true. Do I want to waste the Frostfang though? I think we simply go into full pop mode here. So I think we'll get Genesis and let's do it like this. Yo, Asbot! Thanks for the follow, welcome. We maintain 2 poppers for the second cycle and we dig our hand. There was a theory to play the Frostfang and Arsenal something else, but yeah. We even paid for the arcane, that's nice. They had passing Mirage, so there was... We are definitely getting the Merciful here. And I think we are still digging. Sorry. I will get passing here. I think the thing I'm afraid the most is to give them cards in Soul. That's what I don't want to do. So I don't care so much about taking some damage here compared to giving them an extra card in Soul. I think I'm going to double block here. I've missed these types of games. Solana, nice. Since they played Solana, I think I will not overpitch the Spinal. So they have 2 more Genesis, 2 more passing. Two more Merciful. If that pulverize. Yeah, I mean, the problem is that you want to hit the pulverize sometimes when you're closer to lethal, number one, and the second one is when you want to threaten damage. But because they had passing mirage on board, it was really hard to want to do that. I'm happy trading the spinal for a triumph. They pitched a blue, that could potentially be good. Sure. Yeah, mate, congrats on making the page. What a run. Next to first place World Tour. Thanks a lot, Vangelis. I was, the meta was quite wild. I was never expecting to do so well with Syndra. And I felt that in the last week of testing, I realized how horrible the matchup was into Azalea. And I felt like Azalea would be way more popular, but I was really lucky with the Swiss pairings. I only played into one Azalea. Some Philadelphia back and forth is $560. Okay. Euros, but yeah, okay. It's true that even though I will not be playing okay. It's true that I won't be playing at Nationals, so I cannot lose Zillow. So I will have an invite for Philadelphia. Maybe. Yeah, maybe Philadelphia sounds interesting. So we need to start testing LL, is that what you're telling me? We need to start testing LL. So Tiris, I will be streaming Nationals. I will be streaming Nationals here. I have already got the equipment. I am figuring out the logistics. We'll have a stream this year. Sekem. Sekem not triggering. I think I still pop it. The Greek Nationals looks pretty stacked, yeah. I think it's finally to end the epic storyline of Alex having more World Championship titles than top 8s in Greek Nationals. And there are a lot of new players with... there are a lot of new players with very, very good, very, very strong standings. I'd love to have a Pamel here. If I had Pamel, I think I would go for FaZe to deny the Solana, but I think I'm supposed to get Pierce Reality here. Am I though? KO is coming for the brutes. Is there any reason to let them have an aura on board? Is there any freaking reason? Frostfang face, but I don't want to Arsenal any of those cards. I don't want to Arsenal any of those cards. Why are we playing the matchup so giga different? It might get to value if he pops gloves, else he just pop every turn. His attacks from him having to block. Can I answer him why you play differently? Oh no, it's coming. I think I simply overblocked too, there is no reason to commit the boots. Because you don't lose to Riptide with Florian. Oh no, shots fired. I think there are two epic storylines from calling Bologna. One is Gregory Patelis losing 2 games and getting kicked off day 2 with versus Osilio again. And the second one is our fatigue master Vatrachotsipura losing to Riptide as Florian. Kano lost to Riptide in Bologna. Oh my freaking god. That sounds so interesting. I'm wasting a card in fatigue. Nah, I think I'll just take 3 damage. I think this card at some point will give me 3 life. Dominated every single battle hardener show on Riptide. Oh my freaking god. What a Chad. I mean, I think we can consider what Peristeri said and actually Arsenal the chokeslam. And classic Florian Gaming drew 4 reds 3 times in a row. It's legit illegal. Dude, the most important aspect of a card in Florian is the bottom right. That's why I loved playing Syndra. Blocking 4 with Syndra was my favorite play. Block 3 Arsenal with Syndra. Mwah, mwah, mwah. No way you don't hit the Herald here. Why? What is Sekem accomplishing here? Honestly, what does Sekem accomplish in this game state? Only way to lose game is by getting Woke War buffing things. War is not even on board. They need to get a Herald on board first before they do that. Try to picture losing position. So, would you prefer them being way harder for them to keep library online, or no? I think I'm still going to Spinal Face. I won't attack the Sekem again. Unless they play Herald. If they play Herald, I will pop it and kill Sekem. If they don't play Herald and just pass, I'm hitting face. Yeah, but imagine we simply kill Sekem and they go aura. And we didn't pressure them to do that. Because if they wanted to play double aura on their turn, they would have to take one and lose Sekem. So it was pretty much the same thing. Yeah, but if they doubled aura, they would still lose Sekem. But if they wanted to block, they maybe not be able to keep library online. Super interesting flavor. If they make more unique heralds now that they have room to do like Herald of Suraya, Herald of with the names, that's going to be pretty interesting. I just figured out that. No Herald of Suraya, please. Perfect hand. Perfect hand. Should we try to pitch weirdly to not get this hand again? Nah. I'm not paying 1 life to do that. Five face take. Sentinel. Okay. And Genesis, nice. I'm saving this VOD to study. I don't think you will learn much. You wanted to do 5, go again into 5 and 4? Yeah, I can see that. Five base. Merciful. So he's at 6 and needs to block next turn. Yeah, I see what you're saying. If he was even below, maybe it was still correct. I'm not saying my line was correct. I'm not sure my line was correct. But if he was at a few HP less, I would totally do that. But maybe it's correct. That's my favorite American player. Get rid of Vestige. Yeah, okay. Okay. Probably what you're saying is correct here. You're right. This line I missed. Best American player. Best American player confirmed. We give them 2 cards with Genesis though, with your line. We give them 2 cards with Genesis. And that is a losing the way to lose, because now if they develop Merciful, they will get even more cards in Soul. He played Ninja, didn't deserve to win. No, Paxam, no. Come on, mate. I've heard that Dragonic Ninjas and Greek players go well together. But yeah, that's true. I wasn't a Greek player at Bologna. Pop Halo. What? Why? Oh. They will get erudition. Vatra Hochipura baited me. Vatra Hochipura baited me to play Frozen in Death. It's a blue for hammer. It's a blue for that. I think we take 4 here. Actually, let's give them a frostbite. Where's the frostbite? Oh. Target attacking heroes control. Oh, I didn't know that. I never realized. What? Ah, interesting. Yeah, Suragi is not a hero. Yeah, I thought Stalagmite simply gave a frostbite to target player. Ah, it's fine. I mean, if they don't have something super strong here to follow up, I think we are in a good spot. Yeah, that's nothing. That's literally nothing. Angel Wrath, okay. But if they have a blue, they can't attack with Suraya. So they need to have another Wards and Herald at Arsenal. They need to have specifically Wards of Herald in Arsenal. If they do... Okay. And now they need to have specifically drawn a blue. A blue and a Herald. Or they can pitch a yellow and play the Herald from Arsenal. But still, it's pretty likely that they have nothing to do here. Ah. Yeah, that was probably a punt, huh? Oh, they got a yellow and a Herald. Oh my freaking god. It was silly. You super baited me. And now they cycled the bad Heralds into Soul. They are not getting punished for running bad cards. Will Azalea survive will tier our nationals? I think she'll be gone. It's the most likely scenario that she will be gone. I think there are enough events that even... And it's a very strong deck. And you know, Syndra's position is very good positioned. And the only real counter to the counter to Syndra that also has a good matchup spread otherwise is Azalea. She's well positioned. Guardians are good, but I think they will struggle with Verdance and Florian and Gravy. So Azalea has a chance to find a good sideboard plan for Gravy and stuff. I think I'm getting rid of Pass and Mirage here, not Genesis, because they played Pierce Reality. I'm allowing them to cantrip, but I want to maintain my life total here. Baxam, thanks for the sub, mate. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate the support. If they attack with the Herald for 6, I will simply double block it and not give them an opportunity to pop and to develop a 0 Costora. Sentinel, sure. Don't block Pummels, they block for 2. Pretty much the same as Syndra, huh? So if we check out the deck, Syndra has more defense reactions than Jarl, has more 3 blocks than Jarl. Then why is Jarl the fatigue deck and Syndra the aggro deck? Scientists can't explain that. I don't think they can loop me without the chest. Sub, you, what's up, Russian? Okay, that's the 3rd Genesis. War, okay. Oh, that's a very good card. How are you beating Prism? I mean, we're testing the list with now Nu gone, so we have way more poppers. Have way more 8 power cards, so it feels way more doable. It's a blue to awaken rebirth. A lot of Spectra Aura, you just leave it. No, we are just trying to pop everything. It's definitely a fatigue matchup. I mean, at some point we just got overwhelmed. We were dealing damage at the beginning, and then they started developing threats back to back. So now we are simply trying to catch up. But I think this game will be close because we took a bit more damage than what we should have taken, especially on the turn with the Herald. But there is a chance that they just do not have the required tools to end this game. I see, I've never beaten Prism. Me too, mate. I hate playing into Prism, no matter the deck. Oh, they are not activating library. So that's Jover. Jover. That's Jover. What are they going to fetch? A Sentinel? They actually fetched the Sentinel, okay. Lost 3 Prism games, IRL I had, killed 2 library, had 2 labyrinth, 1 I block everything, and I soul just helped him get his final angel. Yeah, I mean, Light of Soul is really strong in these matchups, because sometimes it just gives you so many free souls, and the soul is so relevant in these type of matchups. Well, now, Peristeri, now that we have actually reached this state, I think it was better than we got rid of the chest. I mean, they had that specific moment to snowball out of control with erudition, and they bricked just a little bit, but I think that was enough to close the game on them. We should have counted that Siege of Tomorrow comes now, and we should have put it Spinal in Arsenal. Oh, interesting. Oh, did they manage to draw the perfect hand? Yo, what's up, Tesla Manbear? Thanks for the follow. Stadium Herald helps these matchups even more. That's true. Also, they put the Sentinel in Arsenal. Okay. We keep a horrible card there, but we know we get hit by Sentinel. Yeah, not putting that extra card in Arsenal will really come and bite us. I'm curious to see if you can get out of this. It seems the board is too established. I don't think so. I think we took a bit more damage. We took a few risks and we didn't put the card in Arsenal. If that was the case, I think that game was pretty much unlosable. Yeah, we need the 4 power. It really comes and bites us. Oh, did they hit? Ah, that was really bad. Do they have another Figment? What's Prism deck size? Can't see. Ah, it's 20 cards. They got Triumph, sure. And I think there is one more Sentinel. Yeah, the one they got. Oh, there are 2 more Sentinels. They still have the one they... yeah. Here's the boy. That's a good thing now, that we can actually use Seeds of Tomorrow. I think it's more important to keep a Popper, but we have the big red hand coming. We have the red hand coming. I think I'm going to put Autumn Stats in Arsenal and just wait. I think this is supposed to be the red hand. Hello, hello. Congrats for top 8. Thank you very much. Okay, we got the first card out of the red hand, so it won't bite us. Oh, you got top 8 at which event? Calling Bologna. I got top 8 with Syndra. I was pretty unlucky with the featured match, so I never got to get featured in any match in the top 8. Because I lost the first round and I wasn't the featured match in first round. But yeah, I made it with Syndra. My final score on the weekend was like something 11-3, something like that. I think they are winning. I think if we hadn't made the mistake, we would have like 4 more HP. And if we had the correct head, that would give us another 2 at least. So that's 6. But apparently it didn't feel like it was wrong on the turn where we got the chest. I think it was correct. Get rid of the chest there. Because they are really struggling with resources. And they had a very lucky turn where they drew specifically the 1-cost Herald and the yellow to trigger library. If that library wasn't active, I think this game would be completely different. If they play a passing Mirage here, am I getting the passing? Okay, if they're playing Herald, it's just super easy. Congrats, man. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. It was super rough choosing Syndra at the end because I never liked my matchup with Azalea and I was expecting a lot of Azaleas in Italy. But I only played versus 1. I got quite lucky. And they made a small miscalculation that gave me the specific cards to win. And that was very close. And I played versus like 3 Graves or something, so I was much happier that I chose to play Syndra rather than Nu. Perfect hand. Blue pitches have protection, okay. I cannot block with Mangle now. Okay, I need them to specifically not have an erudition. Maybe we can play around. I think I can play around erudition. I think we can play around them having specifically erudition. Let me count. Thinking. Ooh, no heralds of erudition here. In the bunny zone there is 1 herald of erudition. In the pitch, yeah, it smells a lot like a herald of erudition. What did you lose to? My 3 losses were Victor, that was a feature match. It was a pair down into Victor out of all decks. My other loss was from Vincent, Achilleas, that managed to do top 8. And my loss on top 8 was Nu. I think I was super favored into Nu, first of all because I was higher on the rankings, because I was 3rd on Swiss, so I chose to go 2nd, and I was running a lot of defense reaction. It was probably my 2nd most tested matchup, but on I think either turn 3 or 4, I think it was turn 3, he managed to get to banish both my daggers out of specialization. I had a hand that was a bit too slow if I didn't flick both knives, and he had that. What can you do? Oh damn, that's unlucky. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, he was a great player. He was a very experienced new player. I mean, my only out after that was to try and set up a big turn of spreading and the D-reacts, and he was quite aggressive into never letting me to set up. Sorry, didn't catch your name. Yorgos? Yes, yes. My name is Yorgos. I think you inspired some of my friends to play Syndra again. That's nice. That's really nice. I think she was really great positioned in this meta game. I mean, her Gravy matchup is insane. Her, the Earth matchup is also great. So right now, I think the only problem is Victor. Let's get rid of Genesis. Let's get rid of Partiality because... And Vincent, yeah, and Vincent. You think Valda will be competitive? I think when she gets the Mastery Pack, definitely. I think the specialization is very strong. And she might have a chance into Gravy because of the draw discard shenanigans. We literally fatigued them 100%, like to the last Herald. Puffins too, yeah. I think Puffin is a bit gatekept right now from... I think Puffin is a little bit gatekept by Florian right now. Red Lane Syndra bricks too much in my opinion. I'm actually going to try your list today at my local armory. I mean, pretty much what we did with Alex, what's special about this list is that it's pretty much Redline Syndra, but we are including Spreading Flames. That was the thing we thought of, that you can simply run Redline Syndra with, the good red cards and have threats, etc, etc, and still include Spreading Flames in the matchups where you want to try and set up. Singapore Calling is coming up for me, not sure who to play. Got Assassins, Florian and Gravy. I mean, if you are experienced with Arachne, I think Arachne is very well positioned right now. I mean, Arachne has the best chance out of versus the Earth heroes compared to the other assassin decks. And has the also probably very good chance into gravy as well. Marionette or Sleepy, depending on if you expect more Earth heroes, you should go for Marionette. If you expect more gravies and stuff, you should probably go for Sleepy. But I think Marionette is very good. Florian in Bologna was a horrible choice. I'm not so sure, but mate, there were... I mean, if you look at the top 16, apart from Syndra and Gravy, you didn't have many bad matchups. Wow. Dagger is such a good blue for her. Generally turns into a red +1 damage and it keeps the masks alive. Cracked. I agree. I mean, the Polish guy who was on the Dagger package was running through Dagger and it's very good. But I didn't like that choice for that event, mainly because of the Earth Heroes. I mean, it's very good when the field... It's much better into anything that's not Earth. It's much worse than Earth. And with the list I took, I wanted to seize the Prism by having a lot of 6-power cards, have as good as possible matchup into the Earth Heroes with Loyalty Beyond the Grave, and then take the Assassin matchup. That were the 3 decks I was targeting with this list in Bologna. Be right back. Shelter sucks, but it's still worth it in my opinion. You can generally hold you to respond to Shelter if they Shelter to flick knives. But I seem to feel into Verdansk. Haven't played that matchup. If you run Lynx and the Dragonic reacts, I think it's super hard to lose. It's super hard to lose as Syndra. You need to get bricked a lot and they need to draw like a god, and even then... Oh, no, Syndra, sorry. I want to test. I don't know what we realized. The only thing we realized was that the 8-power cards were good enough. Come on, no. Okay. Not Prism, come on. Okay. Let's do this. Expose. Chokeslam. Chokeslam is decent. I can run X1 exposed. Yeah, the tunic. Okay, they left. Yeah, so generally, Verdansk was the main reason why I wanted to bring this deck to Bologna. Verdansk and Florian. Okay. Chokeslam is irrelevant. I don't want to expose. I want the blizzards. I don't want the shelters. I don't think I need these many extenders. Hard to lose. Yeah, I mean, you trade pretty evenly. You only leak a few damage, but you leak a few damage every turn. What Verdant wants to do is they want to bring you down, so sometimes you block their good threats and they don't have damage to kill you. And at some point you just pop the links, banish the 2D reacts, and do a turn for 25 and they die. That was Jarl in the Gravy. I haven't played in that yet. That's one of the decks. That was one of the matchups that I wanted to try out, the Jarl in the Gravy, because I think Victor right now is much stronger compared to the other Guardians, but the only problem is Gravy. So if Jarl is a bit worse as Guardian, but has a much better matchup in the Gravy, maybe he's good enough. Because if you are Guardian and you still win the decks you're supposed to beat while you're a Guardian, maybe it's fine. Lake or damage? I think I prefer Lake over damage. So far, if Jarl doesn't destroy Compass, I feel good on Gravy. I agree. And I think even if you get Compass, I think you might still lose. That's my problem. That I feel like you probably still lose even if you get Compass. You need to get Compass fast or something. Lake and CNC are not the best combo. They will just block and give me full tempo again. Do I mind that? I don't think I mind that. The other line is to do what? Keep a Blizzard in Arsenal? Yeah. Yo, Slickor94, thanks for the follow, welcome. Jarl is better into Kane over Dance too, I agree, yeah. I mean, probably into Florian as well, but I think you still lose. Versus Verdansk, you might have a chance. Maybe if you get rid of their equipment and they don't... I don't know if realistically you can threaten Verdansk's life enough so she won't have time to set up the OTK. But that's the thing. I mean, it's a great rock paper scissors how it looks like the meta is going to evolve. That, you know, Syndra holds in checks the Earth Heroes, and Gravy and the Earth Heroes hold in check Guardians, who Guardians hold in check Syndra. Whenever you boost this turn, draw a card and put a card from your hand on top of your deck. Okay? By the way, guys, my hot take is that there is no way Golden Tipple will be legal after Nationals. I think Golden Tipple is 100% getting banned after National season. They just don't want to do it now because it's a bit too early, but I don't think this card will survive. This card is just too silly. I guess I block with Autumn stats. Nah. I don't have Tunic for Tunic Icequake attack, so I think I'm just blocking and swing Hammer or something. Brian Gottlieb said that Call to the Grave will probably get banned soon, really. That sounds silly. I mean, it's such an interesting card to exist in the game. I mean, I can get that it gives a lot of selection in Gravy, but, well, they will probably bring the argument, which is probably going to be correct, that it stops them from designing new cards, which I totally get. But I think they should design Necro with a card like Call to the Grave in the deck. I mean, come on. Entomb is one of the most iconic cards in MTG, and it's an iconic effect to always have access to. I mean, it's probably broken in future. It's hard to play without it, though. Golden Tipple, I mean. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I get what Grave is trying to do, and it feels like, and Golden Tipple feels like is just does it too easy. Just does a lot of things too easily. Here, from a good time, not a long time, was the quote from Brian. Being regarding Call to the Grave or Golden Tipple. Call to the Grave, right? Regarding Call to the Grave, okay. Yeah, but most of the time LSS doesn't mess things up, and LSS gets hated sometimes for no reason, but reprinting Call to the Grave and banning it after 2 months is beyond silly. Come on. I mean, it's okay. I think Riches seems hard to balance against also. But yeah, but it's a one-off, it's a Fable. It's the most playable Fable we had since Highlander and Heart of Yendel. But I don't think I mind that too much. Especially if it gets reprinted or something. I mean, Gravy Bones having a 2-block 0-cost go again that fetches a specific ally from the deck into the graveyard is not the end of the world. I don't know. Riches is so expensive. Yeah, I think that's something they should tackle. Do I care about attacking this turn? I have 2 Key Strike draw, but I do not block if I do that. I mean, I can set it up for next turn. There is no way they won't at least shoot with Symbiosis Shot. And if they do not, I simply strike draw. Print Cold Foil Riches in the next gem packs and make it easily available. Yeah. Two damage or Ice Quake? I think Ice Quake will give us more than 2 damage. But Riches, I think Riches though is an interesting card. I mean, a lot of heroes caring about gold or, you know, decks like Prism that can utilize the gold sometimes. I think it's an interesting concept for more heroes to have access to this card, but I can totally see why that could be broken. Channel. I probably want to play this hand. Print Cold Foil really. I guess having Cold Foil reserved for when treasure packs exhaust allows for reprint without tanking the product. Yeah. Hey man, is it the side of your Syndra deck Bologna available? I haven't made one yet. I never made it into physical, but I will probably do either a very detailed deck tech or write an article about that in the upcoming week. I want to rush it so I can get this done before the Nationals of this weekend. So it's not up yet, but I'll try to get this as fast as possible. Okay. Well, I will be able to find it thanks to you in advance. We spoke with Hamish about doing a deck tech and a recap in Push the Point, but we haven't chatted since I came back to Athens. So probably we'll find something in Push the Point, and I will definitely do something in our channel in YouTube on FaB Chaos. Maybe I'm not even supposed to play the channel lake here. Yeah, I don't think they can play the game. But it's fine. I mean, if they pass a turn with 2 bombs on board, even though if I overcommitted a bit, I don't think it's the end of the world. They're trying to industry gear shift with Lake on board. When is World to Singapore? Is that next week? July the 17th. No, it's exactly the week, second week of July. Yo, congrats on the top 8. Thanks a lot, Mitch. Second week of July, yeah. Yeah, it makes way more sense. So it's literally the first event after Nationals, and the first event ERA Armored Deck will be legal. Okay. Are you coming over? No, unfortunately not. But now I managed to get 34th on ELO, so now I have an invite for Philadelphia, and I strongly consider going to Philadelphia. ERA legal for PT? I think it will be, right? Isn't the ERA Armory deck released like on... When is the ERA Armory deck released? Yeah, 11th of July. It's literally the day before. Nice. Singapore is very far away. Yeah, I mean, that's the only problem with Asia. I'm so sad I missed Osaka. But I definitely at some point, well, if I manage to win a few more games in the top 8, I think I definitely want to travel to Asia to play Flesh and Blood. Holy smokes, hope it's good so I can bring her, yeah. Oh, I can fetch a Mangle, lol. Yeah, and the Guardian Mastery... I think the Guardian Mastery Pack is in August, right? August 8th. So that will be legal in Singapore. And it's so probably that's when we are going to get the announcement. We need the card list as up. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, you have so much stuff to do first. I mean, the national season seems like a huge question mark to me. Do I need the second spinal? I don't mind it. I don't mind the second spinal. Hopefully they don't max us up. I think Ira was already in a good position. Much better than Max. Ira needs much less cards to be good. And Ira specialization works great into Gravy, which is the problem that most mid-range decks have. That they don't have a good matchup into Gravy. So with Ira, if you side in, I don't know, a few snatches maybe, or you know, even bigger than that, snatches, the specialization, and have a bit wider turns, you probably destroy Gravy. Not destroy, but have a much better matchup and still be a mid-range deck. I also really want to test out Edge of Autumn Katsu. Ninja destroy Gravy so hard, yeah. I mean, we played a game with Brody on round 13 or something, and he had a lot of things going well for him. He was super prepared for the Syndra matchup, and at some point it felt like there was nothing he could do. He just didn't have the damage to threaten me. Isara isn't as specialist spot there. Yeah, more mid-range. Still 80-20 matchup. Yeah, I agree. I honestly was surprised to see Syndra achieving top 8. I'm drowning in sadness because my girl is gone. Yeah, man. I mean, we were chatting with the Italian player. Oh, I don't want to mispronounce his name. Yo, Kolobokin, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Tommaso Visido. Yeah, so we were chatting before the game, and I'm like, I'd love to see Nu going, but that's not my best case scenario. It's my second best case scenario or something like that. And apparently it did happen. I'm gonna play here one last time on the Thursday Armory. Yeah, that sounds like a good call. Let's let her go. Nu is my first to see hero too. I haven't been as excited as I were with Nu for a long time. It was such an interesting hero. I mean, in most card games, the archetype of stealing cards from the opponent is one of my favorite archetypes. And I really liked the concept, and it was so interesting that they did that on an assassin hero paired with Disrupt. I mean, Nu was 10 out of 10 in flavor for me. I'm really excited to see the Mist Veil point too. But you have so many matchups where your F Ninja Prism Wizard except Kano. Paxam you mean with Gravy? It'd be nice for Mistveil to be gone for real. Nice to be able to play good blues again. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that the only, not mistake, the only thing that LSS miscalculated was how big of a cost was it to actually run 6 to 9 unblocked instant blue cards. I think in testing, they felt like it was much more relevant than it actually was. Apart from that, Mistveil was is probably one of my favorite sets. But I can see the criticism for the set. I can see why it gets criticized. Yeah, I don't think Gravy has so many good matchups. I guess he has a lot of 50-50 matchups where you're fine when you do it right and the enemy don't do it good. But you have so many matchups where you're fucked. Well, Gravy is a 101 rock, paper, scissors type of hero. I mean, in matchups where you're good, you're insane. In matchups where you're weak, you're horrible. But I mean, it took Dromai like 2 months to figure out the anti-Guardian game plan, and now Gravy is already beating Florians. I think the deck is very strong. Sleepy is what I've been testing with recently too. Sleepy is very well positioned. And I think one of the main reasons is that he's probably the best assassin into Gravy, which will be quite relevant. I'm doing markless thing. Okay, that sounds interesting. Yeah, I mean, with the outsider attack reactions are really strong. If you're running that type of things, these type of things. I haven't tested Sleepy yet. I've played a lot of Marionette. But I haven't played almost any Sleepy. First of all, Marionette was a Chaos hero, so there was not a chance. It was the first Chaos hero. There was not a chance in the world I wouldn't play that hero. Why did they discard the Fruits of the Forest? We had Ogre only for lethal. Gravy can brick so hard. No allies or only allies destroy you so hard. Yeah, that's true, but a lot of time, I mean, you just need to figure out which blues to run. But of course it can happen. It's the same as Dromai. With Dromai as well, you had some hands where there was literally nothing you could do. You could only pass. If only we had Okenol here. I don't think it matters though. I don't think they can survive Mucho Grande. By the way, Paxam, I'm literally waiting for a friend to come and test out Syndra Gravy for Nationals. So he's in there for a hard one. Gravy is pretty good at getting into the flow state where you just see a bunch of cards. You can brick for sure, but doesn't feel as hard as it could be. I agree. And the thing with Gravy is that you have access to so many interesting blue cards. I mean, you look the top of your card with Compass, and then you look the top of your card with Rabble. You have Chart the High Seas. You can change the top card of your deck with Call to the Grave. You can do fancy things with Blood on the Water. That's something is going to ask for a 7 out of 10 cards for Sleepy. Well, yeah, that was an early list, but I think, come on, guys. This is definitely Siege of Agony. This is Siege of Agony 101. It's literally the same card. Quite super relevant for draft, and that's why they printed that. They never tested, which is obvious. I mean, they never tested with 9 copies of Golden Tipple into Gravy and just going tipple, discard 3 allies, draw 3 cards, make 3 gold. I mean, come on. I mean, no, yeah, I mean, that was literally a first week build. There is no way this is correct. I mean, this is how the deck is supposed to look like. And that's the problem. I mean, these cards are so strong that just drag everything around them. That's the only problem I have. And probably CNC is wrong as well. I think something like that probably makes the most sense. And I can totally see, I'm still testing the package with Lampit and Moray. But the most consistent list is obviously the one where you simply run Swabby and, you know, Whaler. The list is definitely more consistent. Buddy of mine is testing triple puffin right now. It's kinda cool. 9 triple is a plan in itself. I took the Mask of Momentum list and changed the thing or two, but in the end I figured that I need these strikes, CNCs, Glaives, and Crown. The Mask of Momentum's list and change the things or two, but in the end I figured out that I need these strikes, CNC, Glaives, and Crown. Okay. I haven't seen the list, Mitch, if you want to share it. Also, I played versus a very good Ranger player that I totally forget his name right now, and he was running Sifflor Salvage on Marlene. And the interesting thing with Sifflor Salvage is that it never targets, so all the decks that can interact with the graveyard, they can never know which card you're targeting. So it could be good with Syndra, maybe, I don't know. It's good in the gravy. Mine or his? Send us yours, Mitch. Send me yours. What kind of decks do you typically gravitate towards? Scott, at the end of the Jarl game, you mostly Guardian Enjoyer? I mean, I have won the first Greek Nationals with Oldhim, and I was a runner-up on the second Greek Nationals with Oldhim. And I did top 16 in Antwerp with Oldhim. So I've played a lot of Oldhim, as you can see. But after Oldhim, I played a bit of Bravo, and I think on Mistvale, I went to Assassins, and on London I played Aurora, and now I played Syndra. I think I'm trying to play every single deck because it's a lot of decks in Flesh and Blood have different things to give you and different things to train you with. So that's pretty important. I mean, my first experience with aggro was in Calling Warsaw, I think. Yeah, Calling Warsaw with Horizons Azalea. And it's really important to grasp the game from different aspects. I think it improves you a lot as a player. But in generally, I do like more slow strategies and more defensive decks. But, you know, Aurora felt like an aggressive deck that could block well. Syndra felt like an aggressive deck that could block well. That doesn't go with Azalea, but I really do like blocking as an aggro player. Are you going to play Valda? Definitely. I mean, I'm not tinkering too much yet because it's the national season and I want to help my team prepare. So I need to figure out some decks and archetypes and stuff. But I think Valda will be super legit. I mean, her specialization is silly. And if she gets a few more good filler cards to actually threaten a few more archetypes, it will be great. Yeah, I mean, this card is nuts. Sleeping in the aggressive deck that blocks well. That's true, that's true. But that's why I love Marionette as well. Mitch, come on, I mean, Marionette is the embodiment of chaos. And we are called FaB Chaos. I mean, come on, it's 1-1. But I would definitely consider Sleepy if he's better in the meta game. I think Sleepy is very good as well. I'm excited to mess with Valda after Guardian pack drops, I agree. I think she will be quite well positioned. I just hope that the Guardian Mastery set is not glorified armory deck Valda. I just hope that that's the case, and it's not a glorified Valda deck. Yeah, you send the list. Yeah, sorry. I feel Necro, when people 100% figure him out in the hands of the top players, will be overwhelmingly good. I think so too, and that's why Sotiris, I think that's why we need to ban the Tipple. If given tempo, surface shaking allows you to turbo to pitch stack, which is neat. Surface shaking, oh, the one that makes a gold, yeah, okay. Providence, Flick, Clave, Snapdragon, Desire, CNC, Strike, Infect, Infiltrate. 3 copies of Jestanic. You are still a believer of 3 copies of Jestanic. I am screaming at Giannis, who still runs 3 copies of Jestanic in Marionette. But maybe it's correct. Maybe it's correct. Kiss of Death, Leave No Witness, Weaver, Pain, Razor, Saver Bloodshed, Toxin. So we have 10 blues, Double Trouble, Prognosis, Mark, and take up the Mantle, Shroud, Codex. I like 2, but I'm testing 3 at the moment. Just a nick, that is, yeah. And we have 1 copy of Death Touch, I guess, for the Codex decks. Bastion for Prism, I agree. Shelter and Sink. Mask of Perdition. When are we siding in Mask of Perdition? That's interesting. Oh, for Desire, right? Yeah, for Azalea and Syndra. Okay. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the deck seems super clean. And I'm guessing into Syndra and stuff, you simply cut the 3 CNCs and run the 3 Shelters and you are Gucci. I guess if we struggle with Gravy, maybe we play the stealth card that steals items. But that's the thing, gold is almost an infinite resource to Gravy because of Golden Tipple. So maybe we are not even supposed to do that. Strike has felt a little bit awkward in my sleepy testing. Seems like he converts 4-card hand super well without it. I guess, I mean, with no, the reason I always loved the Strike was that 5 draw is my literally favorite play in the game. 5 draw arsenal. And this deck literally has 0 misses. I mean, what's a miss? Versus Syndra, versus aggressive decks, it's red. Okay, sometimes. And the other myths is Double Trouble. I mean, we did 5 draw E-Strike in Nu, and 5 draw E-Strike in Nu had like, we had 9 blues that were completely horrible. And this deck runs way less, but I don't know, you know. Maybe I can see your point. Maybe with even more attack reactions, it's good. Mitch, what's your game plan into Florian? I think that's my biggest concern. Because with Marionette and the Dagger package, I feel fine into Florian. It's not a winning matchup, but I feel fine. With Sleepy, what's the game plan into Florian? I guess you want some numbers to clear Whalers though. Oh yeah, that's right as well. Yeah, his strike clears Whaler. Yeah, that was the reason why I was getting destroyed with Noah's versus Gravy. That killing Whaler and Sam was like a 3-card commitment in some hands. Try to pitch stack bonds and code with toxin. On the other arm that I've been enjoying the sleep is yellow to yellow toxicity. You get the silly kiss of death flick thing. Also death touch is good into Florian. That death touch for 8 is premium value. Yeah, I see. I mean, the problem I have with toxicity is that when it goes off, most of the time I would be winning that game either way, I feel like. I mean, if I have the luxury of doing the yellow toxicity into stuff, I think most of the time I would already be winning that game. So that's why I don't love the toxicity. Yeah, I mean, it really depends. Florian might be completely be blocked in the new meta game. Florian might be completely be blocked. I mean, I don't think you can beat as Florian on this list. I don't think you can beat Syndra as Florian. And Syndra also beats Gravy, and as Florian you also lose to Verdance, and as Florian you also lose to Gravy. So there are many decks you're not happy to play with. So maybe that gives room for Sleepy. Because Sleepy sometimes, you know, if Azalea doesn't Red in the Ledger, you just kill her. And even if you get hit by Red in the Ledger, sometimes you just have a quadrillion reactions. Hopefully by our national weekend, Azalea will be off and we have a completely brand new meta game. Toxicity demands too much setup and you being blown by single shelter or Oasis. Florian finally leaving the meta. Yeah, but maybe not so sure. We'll see about that. Okay, guys. That's it for today. I have some Gravy Syndra testing to do, so I'll call it a day. I don't know if I'll be able to stream tomorrow because I might need to do some recording of the videos and stuff, but we'll definitely keep streaming now that I don't have to... I'm not playing at Nuts, so I have a bit more time, so we can try to figure out the format together. Oh, and probably we'll start drafting. I think I need to have a quite decent grasp regarding draft for Nuts, to have an idea of what's going on. So again, thanks for dropping by. I'll see you around. Be safe, have fun. See you around. Good luck with the testing. Thank you. Bye.